common question on every gardener's mind in the fall is whether or not they should prune their hydrangea in the fall or wait until spring. Well, with our gardening know-how, we will answer that question for you, so stay tuned. Hello fellow gardeners, my name is Amy from Gardening Know-How, and we are going to talk hydrangeas. Some types bloom on old wood, which means they had formed their flower buds the prior season. Some species grow on new wood only, which means they form their flower buds on the current season's growth. These types are quite suitable for colder climates, where there is no chance of the flower buds being harmed over the winter, as they simply do not exist yet. Some newer introductions combine both traits, which bloom on both old wood and new wood. This is why it is so important to identify what type of hydrangea you have before you reach for those pruners. So let's get into the four main types of hydrangeas. We will start with the easiest. Panicle hydrangeas, sometimes referred to as PG hydrangeas, are Hydrangea paniculata varieties that bloom on new wood only. This group can technically be pruned in fall or very early spring. However, we highly recommend waiting until the spring. As you can see here in mid-October, there are no buds present for the next season, as they won't be produced until the next spring. Plus, the dried flower heads create really nice winter interest. Tree hydrangeas, which are grafted panicle hydrangeas, would follow the same rules. Now for the second group, Hydrangea arborescens, commonly referred to as the smooth hydrangea or Annabelle types, as the variety Annabelle is one of the classics. Now, just like the panicle group, this particular species is very easy to care for, and yet again, we suggest pruning early in the spring and not in the fall, as this group also blooms on new wood only. As you can see here, there are no buds present for next season, as they are not produced until the next spring. The Oakleaf types, known as Hydrangea quercifolia, has, as the name suggests, leaves that resemble oak tree leaves. Oakleaf types bloom on old wood, which means they need to be pruned right as the flowers fade and no later. You could prune this type of hydrangea at that time to control its overall size. However, it is never necessary to prune this type of hydrangea. As you can see here, the buds are intact and ready for next year as of mid-October. Finishing off is the Mophead series, or Hydrangea macrophylla. They are also referred to as big leaf types or lace caps. Members of Hydrangea serrata will also fall under this category. Now, this is by far the most difficult species of hydrangea to give advice for. All hydrangeas in this group bloom on old wood, but some of the newer introductions bloom on both old and new wood. These new intros are very valuable, as many homeowners in colder climates would often lose all of their overwintered buds to a late spring frost or freeze. As you can see here, the plant has already produced buds for the next season as of mid-October. Since most varieties bloom on old wood, you should only prune just after the blooms are starting to fade. However, we recommend to avoid pruning this type of hydrangea, except to remove any completely dead branches in the spring once the plant starts to leaf out. You will notice the difference between a viable branch and one that will no longer be used by the plant. The branches that can and should be removed will be very woody, possibly hollow-stemmed, and lighter in color. By using the methods I have just discussed, you should enjoy blooms year after year. For more information on the types of hydrangeas discussed in this video, please check for links in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to ask our gardening experts at questions.gardeningknowhow.com. Thanks for watching and happy gardening!